monitor came. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Yes. Can't even push through my door. Oh my. Let's check it out. Oops, a bit dramatic. Really excited. This is the AOC 34-inch widescreen CU34G2X curved gaming monitor. So, as you can see, the box is massive. This monitor is not just good looking, it comes with tons of features. It's compatible with both adaptive sync and G-Sync, with 144 Hz and height and size adjustable. So among the 34-inch, I was hoping to get the Spectre ones, but unfortunately, the reason why I changed and it's all Amazon fault because this guy was out of stock, and then every place that was selling it was selling for like $500, like $550. And then I was looking at the Spectre 35-inch widescreen for a long time for $380. But yeah, and then like 2 weeks later, this thing showed up on Amazon. So for $437 after tax, like $450, so or $460, depends on where it's shipping to. So the tax. So I just had to grab it, mainly because of productivity. And yeah, I should have got an IPS. NANI? Okay. It comes with one HDMI cable, one DisplayPort, one USB 3.0 male A to male B cable, and one power cable. It's nice of them to come with a handle, but it's still pretty hard to pull it out. Okay, here's what is this? There's a couple of things here. Let me make sure I don't drop this. So here's a stand. So the leg is plastic. This piece is full metal and a base. They got some anti-slip pads over here. So that's total of 6. So that's the stand base. So this would be the neck. It's all plastic, except for this metal. The inside is all metal too, actually. Over here, down here. Probably like a pound too. You have some spring action over here. That's it. And then let me just so let me try to do it as delicately as possible. Wow, it's pretty wide. Here's just your typical quick setup guy. Come in multiple languages. Actually, a lot of languages. Here's a quick unboxing. Teach you how to unbox this properly, which I clearly missed it. So here's a little printout. It's a quality control. So basically what they did was all of their monitor has been calibrated before shipping. That's a plus. Here's another look at the base stand. The two things that sticks up was all metal, and the bottom plate is metal. is one little screw piece here that you're supposed to use it to screw it up to the neck. So here's the neck. The little details of it. There's a metal part. So you take the neck with the two metal hinges on the top and slide right into the back of the monitor, like so. Take the base plate and see the two that protrudes up, slide right into the two holes right underneath the neck and screw it tight. The exterior of the monitor is dark gray plastic with a few flashes of the red accent going around that accommodate with the stand. You can adjust the height of the monitor from 1 inch away from the base all the way up to 7 inch away from the base. For tilting, you could tilt from 4 degrees up to 24 degrees. And as for the swivel, you could swivel 32 degrees left or right around the stand. There are a total of 5 USB ports, 1 upstream and 4 downstream. It doesn't really work with external hard drive or mouse connected, so I only use it to charge my phone and mouse. Also on the back come with 2 HDMI port, 2 DisplayPort, and 1 headphone jack port. This was my old setup with the 27-inch monitor in the middle, that's also 2K, 24-inch monitor on the left, and a 23-inch monitor on the right. I set it up as portrait. This was my workflow. Middle would be the main for the program that I'm running. The left one would have windows of raw files I need for the project. On the right, I would have the essential graphic panel from Premiere and music and effects files. I'm gonna take out my 27-inch and put this 34-inch monster in there. One thing I'm sure gonna miss is the monitor that's on the left. Make sure you use the DisplayPort because that will be the only port that provides the 144 MHz speed. Okay, time to whip off the sticker. And let me power on this bad boy. Panoramic pictures look really nice on this widescreen monitor. Right now I'm gonna go through some controls features. So on the lower right hand corner there's 5 buttons. The first button, the far right, that's the power button. And then I'm just gonna talk about this one first. This is to activate your port. So when you click it once, it shows you all 4 ports, and then the one that's highlighted is pretty much your main port. So I have the DP1 connected to my desktop, and then what this is good for, let's say you have the HDMI 1 and HDMI 2, you could connect those to a PlayStation or Xbox or like a media player. Then you could activate it and then click to, let's say you have the Sony connected to HDMI 1, then you will hit this button to activate. But now let's go back to the DP1. And then the other thing is, if you turn that on and then you accidentally pick one of these ports and then just let it stay for a couple seconds, it automatically activate that port. Because my HDMI 1 is not connected to anything, so it'll go out and then it'll kind of like pick it up again. It reads my DP1. So these two, the left and right arrow key, if you press this one, it'll let you pick the game mode. It has a couple presets already, which is this one will be first person shooter, this one is off, there's game of 3, 2, 1. So these you could go deeper into the menu and then change the settings. Racing and then RTS, I'm not sure. You guys probably know better. So I am back to the off. It tends to be a little bit dimmer. Let's see. The third button is, it'll activate a crosshair. It's good for first person shooter. So basically this is a pre-aim at whatever you're shooting, so it helps for amateur shooters. So if you press it again, it will turn it off. Fourth one is what's activate all the settings. This is very deep, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. So the first thing you get is the luminance. Click it again. So luminance, you could change the contrast, brightness, eco mode, the gamma, HDR. The next one, you have the color setup, the temperatures, And there's all sorts of things. I'm not too sure what it is. There's a lot of other people that talks about it, like really deep into all the settings. Here's a picture boost, bright frame. So that is something I'm not too sure. The OSD setup is for you to change the language, the timeout, the DP capability. You have your PIP setting, which I heard it was the picture-in-picture setting. So as you can tell, there's a ton of stuff here. So this is where I'm talking about regarding to the presets. So you could come in here, press this button, it'll go down to the bottom for you to change the settings. Whatever you want to change, let's say this is game mode. Whoops. See, from time to time, so press it again, and then you could change the presets. Then once, let's say you go into racing, press it again, and then you could go in here and then change the preset settings. So that's something I'm not gonna go deep because like I said, I'm not too familiar with this. Not like a gamer here. So let me just go back. And there's extras, you have input settings, timer, and there's a lot of stuff in here. And then you have your exit. So these, I'm not gonna go too deep because I'm not sure with all these settings, but I'm just gonna use it as default for what I do normally. And then, so to exit, you just press that button, and there it goes with the settings on the bottom. So there's a little quick explanation of the menu system and all the buttons. What does it do? So one thing you have to know is after you plug in the monitor to the DisplayPort, you have to go to the display settings because it's not set as default to the 144 Hz refresh rate. So you have to go to display settings and go to the bottom where it says advanced display settings. Click on that and then click on display adapter properties for display 1. Go into monitor and then change the refresh rate to 144 Hz and hit apply. And now the monitor is set up properly. Okay, so this is to show you the issue with the backlight bleeding on this monitor. I think I'm the lucky one because a lot of people did talk about in terms of a lot of VA monitor, they have backlight bleeding issue. What is backlight bleeding? It's on the edge, you're gonna see a little light shining through when it's like black. So as you can see, I have very little of like, that is nothing. That's from my window. So I'm trying to cover up my shade as much as I can, but it seems not to work that well. So yeah, so if I'm able to cover everything up, so that would be the bleed that you could see. On the bottom is not, I don't really see anything, so I guess this is one of the better ones. And then to be honest, it's not a big deal, you know, you're talking about like very little, very subtle light. So that's how it looked like on this monitor. Here's a comparison showing two softwares running side by side. I have Photoshop on the left and InDesign on the right. Not really ideal for work environment, but I just want to show you how it's look when you have two side by side. Here's a little comparison between the 34-inch and the bottom 27-inch workflow. I also just added a 27-inch monitor above so I can move the Adobe Premiere playback screen on top and have full timeline on the bottom. The competition are getting fierce because everyone is buying a new monitor that supports refresh rate at minimum 120 Hz, especially with the launch of PS5 and Xbox X and S series that runs 4K and at 120 Hz refresh rate. Gigabyte just released a 34-inch with 144 Hz at $400. So although this monitor is a bit pricier, it does come with a USB, but I do realize the USB doesn't really mean anything besides using it to charge devices. The other thing that bugs me is it doesn't come with a speaker, but there's a workaround for this issue. You could connect a Bluetooth speaker to your computer, or you could connect the speaker with a microphone jack. So overall, I'm kind of satisfied. I think what really persuaded me to get this is the red accent around the monitor, and the price was good. Unfortunately, nowadays, if you're gonna shop around, the prices are around $580 and above. Unless you're lucky, you could check out Micro Center because it's still priced as $440, but they're out of stock. So once again, if this video helps or benefit in your decision in any way, please give it a like and click on the subscribe if anything. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.